Really big. Wow. Hey, good morning. Sunday. What is today? Sunday, December 3rd. 1 minute before 9. So we're going to call it 9. What's up, doggy? Want to go? We can't go right now. You already pooped. And did your thing. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. She woke up a little late, which is not bad. I usually tend to get up quite early, even on the weekends, and that's the case. That wasn't so much the case today. Finished my workout, drinking some coffee, some contagious. Last bit of this Ethiopian. I haven't been really happy, I say, with the Ethiopian coffees that I've been getting. Don't get me wrong, they're still good, but not as not what you would remember from an Ethiopian coffee, at least from my standpoint. It's more delicate. The flavors are just kind of okay. It really comes alive in this Contagious batch, which most of them do. Contagious is my dark roast African coffee. And yeah, she finally walked away. The dog. But it's okay. Actually, I don't even have any more on the website. So we actually finished it. So we will see what's next. I actually know what's next. Um, just ordered some Kenyan coffee. I haven't had Kenyan coffee in about 2 years. The last Kenyan coffee I had it for a while. Big bag. I guess it was actually kind of cheap now at the time. A little over $4 a pound. I ordered it. It was, what was it? It was crazy. It was far out there. Somebody, I remember when I was trying to get rid of it, sold it on eBay and all that good stuff. Somebody was like, "Nah, something's wrong with this coffee. This is messed up coffee. I never had something like this." And it was out there. It was a washed. No, it wasn't a washed. It was a natural Kenyan coffee. I think it was double washed or afterwards. I don't know what the hell it was, but it had and crazy intense. Oh, I should have saved some of it actually. It was lovely from time to time, but it was it was a hard coffee to love on every spectrum. And most coffees are like that, or some of them are like that, especially in the African coffee range and some of the Central South American coffees if they want to experiment a little bit with their processing. But quite a bit of times, those coffees are really hard to give to the general public. So that's why I actually, ironically speaking, I tend to stay away from them. It's a good feeling to get somebody out of their comfort zone, but if it's too out of their comfort zone, it's something that it kind of challenges their psyche a little bit. They don't know what to do with the coffee. And yes, a lot of times it is the roaster's job to make sure that somebody does enjoy the coffee as much as possible. But it's one of those things too where if somebody doesn't like it, they don't like it. You can present it in so many different ways. I guess you'll call that marketing. But you don't want to trick people. You want to be as honest with what you're trying to portray the coffee to be. And even if I do like it myself, that doesn't mean that somebody else is going to truly, really like it, you know? So, so yeah, so it's interesting. It's interesting to like embark in this new coffee world journey that coffees are not tasting the same. And I don't know if it's more so of me being a roaster on that side of the fence where The reason why I say that is because a lot of times when you do buy coffee from somebody, you're not roasting it. So you get that coffee as the way the roaster portrays it to be the best in that particular case, drip, espresso, whatever they're trying to get out of it, different recipes to highlight that coffee the best way that they know how to. But in my case, the reason why I can say the things that I can say and kind of not be 100% on certain coffees, especially now, this day and age, how they're changing. I wouldn't say for the worse or for the better, but they're not as exciting, if that makes sense. And the reason why I can for sure say that is because I'm roasting the coffee so many different ways, you know? So I do get the chance to really understand that, the characteristics of that coffee. So I'm roasting it different ways, different profiles within the medium, even sometimes the light. Sometimes I get to that dark roast to see how it operates that way, you know. But quite a bit of times it's one of those things to where I do get to taste that coffee in so many different aspects. So that's what I can really say, that coffee is what it is, and I've tried it so many different ways, and a lot of times it's one of those things where this is just what it is. And that's the case for a majority of what I'm finding out now. But the new coffee, I'm just hinting on it right now, is that it's going to be a Kenyan. I think it's double washed. It's not a natural or anything like that. But the provider, not the producer, but the provider did say that it's more of a delicate coffee, which I don't tend to like those. But the cool thing about what I'm going to do with this coffee in particular is that you're going to go on this journey with me. Again, I'll talk about this more as I flesh out the situation and see what works and makes sense. But you're going to go on the journey with me. And then, yeah, you're going to go on this journey. So I'll be roasting it different ways, brewing it different ways, really trying to understand the coffee as much as I can. I don't necessarily feel a need to to I don't feel a need to really go into the details of the details, and I don't think that matters that much, but I will talk about it to an extent, kind of get you an idea of what we're dealing with, give you some background, initial background. And I think that would be cool, and see how that relates to the journey that we're going to go on. But I thought about this experiment because it's one of those things where you never really get the story of what a roaster goes through in deciding on a coffee, or that journey that you can go on, or anybody can go on when they try coffee. It's a little bit more of a shorter journey, quick trip for the end user, because they're kind of just picking it and enjoying it, and they may buy it again or two, another bag or two. But it's one of those things where I want you to understand the psyche, the understanding what I go through when I normally get something more so for me, or in this case, something that you may be interested too in, for whatever reason, or just trying to try something different. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun part of what I'm doing. And I will explain that more as the time goes by, and I will go from there. Other than that, I believe I already finalized my Amazon attorney to finish out my stuff, my trademark. And yeah, it's gonna be slightly expensive, but it is what it is. It's one of those things where I'm not trying to freak out about it. Take it one day at a time. That's actually what I named this particular podcast, one day at a time, because I can't really rush into things. I want to get things done as soon as possible, but that's not really going to be the case. So now that it's more so finalized, I will look into doing other stuff with that or whatever I can do next. So that's going to be something fun and interesting, and we'll see where that goes with that. Some other things, my what photographs came in, and it's pretty cool. Um, it's interesting. I really do like quite a bit of them, and I'm liking that. I changed one of them right now. I think I may change it again. I just wanted to get it up there because it was one of my favorite photographs. It's a Porsche. It's an old school Porsche, probably 1980s sometime. And I don't know particular model. I'm not that well versed in the different ones and all that stuff. I usually know they have that iconic look. If I would have taken this picture with a bus, it wouldn't have been the same. But the car does make it. And this is one of my early photography days when I was taking images and doing my thing and learning. And this is when I had my old camera, my first camera, and I took this picture. I'm quite happy with it, and I found it. I was able to make a copy of it. And then, luckily enough, I did print it one time ago. I didn't have any more of the images. And I did print out a couple of images that I had before, and it just makes you feel good. You can do something and take an image and just look at it. And that's pretty cool. So I did start taking some images a couple weeks ago. May have to do that for my product photography and all that good stuff when I update a couple things for the website. But yeah, it's something that's really cool. I actually printed out one of the other ones that really it is pretty cool. I'm really big into shapes and structure, being an engineer too. And I've always looked at this area when I was at my old place, my first house, and it had power lines, and the way that they were oriented, I really liked it. They had the street light also in it, and birds were always there, especially during the summer, no, during wintertime. And they always just like stayed there and then left, stayed there and then left. So I kind of just stayed there, just watched them. Of course, I took a lot of pictures, but this one in particular, I captured them, and they were like right in the middle of the grid of the power lines, and snapped it. And it's like they had some type of formation, if that makes sense. They're right in the middle, and then the power light, the light pole is just right there at the bottom. It's amazing. Cool color too. Perfect fall color. Take that one. And then another one that I did in near Galveston, in Texas, so Houston. So I woke up early, took that one. It was really nice. Before the kids, of course. Bam, just took it. Nice colors and everything. You know. Yeah, so the times. And it's one of those things to where I need to realize I need to start taking more pictures of not only myself, but of things, family, and printing them. That's a big thing. So yeah, so what we got going. That's what's going on this week. More so the same. I do get my 12 to 16 ounce bags coming in today. I mean, this week, Monday or Tuesday. So, yeah, good times for all. And we'll see how everything works out. But I'll keep you posted on a lot of this stuff and going from there. And other than that, have a good rest of the week. Hopefully, talk more about coffee as we get more and more into the last month of the year of 2023. Talk to you later. Bye.